Let's carry on that conversation with CAL FIRE Battalion Chief Brent Pascua. You joined us earlier in our coverage today. You're right out there on scene. What is the latest from your perspective and from CAL FIRE? How is the firefight going?
The firefight is still intense. We do have a head fire on this fire, still moving in the same direction it was earlier to the southwest. But we're able to focus all our resources on that part of the fire. The sides have been pretty much contained to roadways and retardant line, and now it's the head of the fire that we can focus on putting out, slowing down and putting out.
You use the word contained. I know we use that very cautiously. We have zero containment, though, right, on this fire?
Right. Officially, we have zero containment on that fire. On this fire, you're correct. But I do anticipate seeing that containment come up a lot faster than we did with the Palisades Fire. The wind is allowing us to fly our helicopters. They're going to be out here all night. We were able to surge our resources that were already pre-positioned around this area to get here quickly. So the firefighters were able to jump on this quickly, and we have a lot of resources here working, and they will be overnight.
You know, the other good news that we heard earlier was that zero structures have been damaged or destroyed. Are you feeling that optimistic as we head into the night that will remain the case?
I do. I see a lot of engines and resources that we had available to move ahead to the structures to provide structure defense, while a lot of our resources focused on fighting the fire. So again, having all those crews in the area nearby, pre-positioned, is really going to make a difference on this fire.
You know, I got to think it's a bit of a morale booster to have made such progress on this fire here after what we have just witnessed, what you personally have witnessed, having been there in the Palisades area. Just to have this tonight at this hour, after being on the air for several hours, and say zero structures burned, the 5 freeway reopened, still evacuations though, but isn't this just a bit of a morale booster? And we saw your crews work so very hard today.
It certainly is, and also with the winds dying off a little bit, that picks us up as well, because we know we can take that fight to the fire. Whereas the first 2 days of the Palisades Fire, we were kind of just chasing hot spots. On this one, we know where it's going. We know where to tactically put our crews so we can engage in the firefight. Not just getting people out of the way, we're actually going to be able to fight this fire.
Can you talk about the resources that CAL FIRE has tonight, or the overall firefight tonight, in terms of the fact that we still have 6 helicopters flying tonight? Can you elaborate on what we can expect throughout the next few hours?
Yeah, we were able to quickly get over 4,000 firefighters here to this fire within an hour or so. So that's going to make a huge difference. And we still have resources coming in as I speak now. And I know as I left the Palisades Fire, we were getting resources from there as well. So it's another all hands on deck situation out here.
Let's talk about the Palisades Fire, since you brought that up several times. People are wanting an update on that fire too. There is some containment on that one. What's the concern at this hour for Palisades?
So for Palisades, we are flying it with our infrared drones and planes. We are finding hot spots that we still need to extinguish, and we're still doing everything we can, working 24 hours a day to get those evacuation orders lifted. That's a high priority. Also, we know there's rain on the way. We're doing everything we can to protect those communities from mudslides, debris flow, whatever damage that rain might bring to those fire-scarred areas.
You know, as it relates to the Hughes Fire, 31,000 plus are under mandatory evacuation, 25,000 or so under evacuation warning. Those people, many of them could be watching right now. Battalion Chief, what would you like to say to them?
Stay informed however you can, whether it's watching the news, listening to the radio, checking your apps. Stay informed. If you feel unsafe and you feel like you need to go early. If you have elderly people or large animals that are going to take some time, I would say go ahead and do that now. Don't wait till the last second. Get going. Just be safe. Just be on the safe side.
I want to ask you two questions. So we know the 5 freeway officially now fully reopened. It's got to be some welcome news, but also we've got concerns about the winds picking up again tomorrow. We're looking at quite a scene now on our screen to the right of your picture, which, you know, the night sky really illuminates the fire. But as we hear the 5 freeways open, wonderful news, but winds again tomorrow picking up. What is your concern at this hour?
Yeah, great news. The 5 freeway just opened as we came on. Of course, the winds are of great concern. They have dropped a little, as I said earlier. So we're making as much progress as we can now because we know winds may be predicted a lot stronger overnight into the early morning hours. So again, all hands on deck, getting as much progress done as we can.
Any final thoughts before we let you get back to your real job?
It's just another example of be ready to go. If you live in these areas or fire-prone areas, especially when we have these Santa Ana wind events, stay informed, stay glued to the TV or radio so that you have an update. If there's a new start, you can get out quickly, you can get the information quickly, and have that go bag ready.
You know, as people are evacuated, we all want to come back to our homes. We have 50,000 people under these different evacuation warnings and orders. What would you say to them about why they still need to stay evacuated tonight or until you all give the word to clear?
Right. Our priority is to put this fire out and save lives, not have anyone injured or killed. So we want to do that safely. And as soon as we do put the fire out, our next priority then becomes getting those people home as soon as possible. We know what an inconvenience that creates for people and their families. So after the firefight is done, the fire is extinguished, we're going to get them home as soon as possible.
I just asked you about the 6 helicopters that continue to fly now that the sun has set. Do you have a total number of aircraft that will fly throughout the night?
Right now, I don't know. I just have the 6 on scene here. If we can get more, or we need more, I believe there is more pre-positioned in the area. So I believe we still have more to order if we need.
Can you compare for me the helicopters compared to the fixed-wing aircraft and how they tackle the fire differently in different ways and what their needs are at this time?
Yeah, so fixed-wing aircraft will drop the red stuff. You see, the fire retardant. These helicopters you see behind me, they're dropping water. They can make long drops to along the fire line, or they can make pinpoint drops on a particular hot spot. So they're very they make very calculated drops in tight areas as well. They're very well trained pilots that practice these missions a lot.
Yeah, we've seen the work over the last couple of weeks. What a couple of weeks it's been. I can't believe it's already January 22nd, and January's just been fueled by these flames from the Palisades to Eaton and now the Hughes Fire. He is Battalion Chief Brent Pascua with CAL FIRE. Thank you so much for all that you are doing and all the information you provided. Stay safe tonight.
Thank you.